Everyone talks about passive income like it's a magic switch you flip, and suddenly money flows in while you sleep. But here is what nobody says out loud. The first 90 days feel like anything but passive. I started with nothing, no audience, no product, no budget, and built multiple income streams from scratch. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it works. I want to be honest with you from the start. Passive income is real, it's achievable, but it's also misunderstood in a way that causes most people to quit before they ever see results. They expect results in week 1, they get frustrated in week 3, and they stop in week 6, just before it would have started working. What I'm going to share today is the exact sequence that changes that outcome. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the 3 phases of building a real income stream from zero, which platforms give you the fastest results with no startup costs, and the one thing I did in my first month that changed everything. I've spoken to hundreds of people who've done this, and the pattern is always the same. This is the actual process. Let's get into it. When I started, I had a regular job, a very modest savings account, and a genuine frustration that my income had a ceiling. No matter how hard I worked, there was only so much money I could earn, because I was trading time for it. That is the fundamental problem with a single income source. When you stop, the income stops. I wanted something that could grow even when I wasn't actively working. The shift happened when I stopped thinking about income as something you earn and started thinking about it as something you build. Those 2 things sound similar, but they're completely different mindsets. Earning is active. You show up, you work, you get paid. Building is compounding. You put in effort now, and that effort keeps delivering returns for months, sometimes years. That mental shift was the beginning of everything. The first thing I tell anyone starting out is this: do not wait until you have everything figured out. Most people spend 6 months researching and 0 months actually doing. Start with 1 income stream, just 1. And for beginners, I'd always suggest starting with digital products. Your profit margin is close to 100%. You create it once, and it can sell repeatedly with no extra effort from you. That's leverage. A digital product can be something as simple as a guide, a template, a checklist, or an ebook. If you have knowledge about cooking, fitness, budgeting, productivity, parenting, or social media, that knowledge has value to someone else. The key is packaging it clearly and selling it from a simple landing page. You don't need a team, a warehouse, or a big investment. You need an idea and a willingness to start. Now, where do you actually find buyers? This is where most beginners get stuck. They create something brilliant and then hear nothing. The answer is traffic, and the fastest free traffic source in 2026 is still short-form video. Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. One piece of content can reach thousands of people who have never heard of you, and those people can become buyers within 24 hours of discovering you. Here's how the pipeline actually works. You create short, valuable content around your topic: tips, insights, answers to common questions. That content directs people to your profile. Your profile has a link. That link takes people to your product. The person watching your video today could be buying from you tonight. I've had days where I posted at 8 a.m. and saw the first sale by lunchtime. That's the power of this model. Here is the insight that changes everything. The thing most beginners skip and then regret. Build your email list from day 1. Social media platforms change their algorithm overnight. Accounts get restricted, and reach disappears. But your email list is yours. Nobody can take it away. Every subscriber is a direct communication channel you own permanently. The products matter, the content matters, but your list is your most valuable business asset, full stop. Building your email list doesn't require a big audience. It requires a clear, free offer. Something genuinely useful that solves one specific problem for your ideal person. Create a sign-up page, link it in your bio, mention it in your content. Even converting 1% of viewers into subscribers can build a list of hundreds within weeks. And that list is where your most consistent sales come from. Not viral moments. Once your first income stream is generating anything at all, that's your signal to add a second. Maybe it's an affiliate product in your niche. Maybe it's a higher-priced digital product. Maybe it's a short course. But the critical rule is this: never start stream 2 before stream 1 is working. Splitting your focus too early is one of the most common reasons people stay stuck and never quite break through. Here is what starts to happen around month 3 or 4 if you stay consistent. The content you created in week 1 is still reaching new people. Your email list grows on autopilot. You're receiving sales from posts you barely remember making. This is the compounding effect. And it's why people who push through the quiet early months end up with something that feels genuinely passive. The work doesn't stop, but the returns multiply. Let me name the 3 mistakes I see most often. First, choosing a niche with no buyers, only curiosity. Second, creating a product before testing whether anyone actually wants it. Third, posting content for 2 weeks, seeing no sales, and quitting. The first 2 can be fixed. The third one is the real threat, because the timeline for this model is months, not days. You have to decide that before you start. How do you test demand before creating a full product? Pay attention to what questions people ask you repeatedly. Comments, DMs, conversations, the questions that keep coming back. If 5 people have asked you the same thing, there are 500 more who want the answer and haven't found it yet. Start there. Create the solution to the question you keep getting asked. That's the most reliable way to build something that sells. One more thing about pricing that surprises people. Beginners almost always undercharge. They set a price of $3 or $4 thinking it will be easier to sell. But low prices often signal low value, and a $15 product can outsell a $3 simply because it feels more credible. Don't be afraid of charging what your work is worth. Test your pricing. You might find that raising it actually increases your sales. When you've got 1 or 2 income streams working, scaling looks very different from what you'd expect. It's not about working more. It's about doing more of what's already working. More content on the platform that's converting. More emails to a list that's already buying. More products for an audience that already trusts you. The leverage is already there. You're just increasing the input to an engine that's already running. If everything we've covered today sparked something for you, and you're ready to actually start your first digital product, I've put together a digital product beginner's guide that walks you through the entire process from idea to your first sale. It covers choosing your niche, creating your product, setting up your sales page, and getting your first buyers. It's designed for complete beginners, and the link is in the description below. Let's bring it all together. Building multiple income streams from zero starts with one thing: a digital product that solves a real problem for a specific person. You grow an audience with consistent short-form content. You build an email list that you own. You compound over months, not days. Then you layer in a second income stream once the first is working. The system isn't complicated, but it requires patience and consistency. Subscribe to Ella Wealth Community. Every week we share real strategies for building passive income and financial freedom. If today's video gave you one clear thing to act on, this channel will give you the rest. Hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and if you found this helpful, sharing it with one person who needs to hear it would mean the world. See you in the next one.